if you allow procrastination to take over, a lot of those things won't ever happen. Morning. It is about 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I've actually been up since around 5. I could have gone back to sleep, but I'm gonna try something new and start the day even earlier. I figured I get a lot done in 3 hours during the, daytime. So why not try and get those 3 hours over with earlier and see how the rest of my day goes. Maybe I'll have more free time. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be back to sleep by 6:15 because I am not much of a morning person. Mostly because I like to sleep late at night and get things done at that hour. But to be honest, I'm more productive in the morning than I am at night. So I guess this is a good thing. In the morning, before I even pick up my phone, before I even check an email, before I do anything, I'm in bed praying, being grateful for life in general. But then I also read daily devotionals. I just chose Joyce Meyer's because when I Googled daily devotionals, she was the first one that popped up. So I've just been reading those every morning before I start my day, just to kind of get started on the right foot, just to have the words, that I don't often use on a regular basis to kind of use as a foundation for the day, to also dig deeper within myself, to be better and to grow. But anyway, since I've been up, since I was up at 5 a.m. today, really honestly debating, should I get out of bed? Should I stay in bed? Should I go back to sleep and just wait for my alarm to go off? Anyway, as you can see, I chose to be up and to be out of bed and to get started on work early. Not only get started on work early and life early, but today's message is don't procrastinate. Wow. Now these are daily devotionals, random. They're set for the dates today, and I'm going to read a part of it. It says, procrastination is one of the greatest barriers to putting God's word into action in our lives. It takes self-control to do something we need to do but don't feel like doing. And it also takes self-control not to do something we want to do that isn't good for us. Self-control is a fruit of the Spirit that comes into our lives by spending time with God, and it helps us not only obey His word, but to do it at the right time without putting it off. So I thought that was perfect and timely because I am a procrastinator. I've gotten a lot better over the years. I'm definitely able to catch myself procrastinating at this point in my life, and I'm very much aware of my habit, and it's something I've actively been working on because I see the benefits of not procrastinating. Just the anxiety that it comes with, putting things off to the side and waiting and I'll do it later. It's only a small task. But no, that small task ends up being something much bigger, and more tasks come in and, get in the way of us completing that one small task that could have been done earlier. And it could be something as small as fixing your bed or folding those clothes or putting away the folded clothes that you just took the time out to fold. So procrastination. I decided to move to my actual camera now that I have one. I should definitely use it. Another part of me procrastinating. But anyway, I think it's very important to not procrastinate, and especially for me these last 2 to 3 weeks, I've really stepped up my game in terms of how I treat my business. You know, I was coming at it from the wrong approach. I was thinking of it as work. And personally, I don't like to work. I know it's a part of life. I know it's something we all have to do. But I also don't think we have to do work that we don't like. I think it's very important for us to manage our time better, to not procrastinate, and to set goals throughout the day, and to have a schedule. And not every day is going to be perfect. You're not going to get everything done on your list all the time. Some things just come up and get in the way that you don't expect, and you have to pivot and readjust and rearrange some things in your schedule, and that's fine and that's normal. You know, it's all based on how you handle it, and your approach is what's important. I have somewhat of a daily routine, and the pandemic really didn't affect that too much, simply because I do work from home. So having that as an option to be here all the time was pretty realistic. Anyway, I have had to make a lot of adjustments, even during the pandemic, in my daily routine with, you know, to help myself, you know, with self-care, mental health, all of that. And a part of that was having a morning routine, and to sticking with it and committing and not wavering from any, you know, letting anything distract me. Because I really noticed when I wasn't doing the following that my day just felt scattered, it felt uneasy, and I didn't like that. So when I get up in the morning, before I do anything, before I even use the bathroom, before I touch my phone, anything, I pray. And I've always wanted to have some sort of like foundational part of my, you know, the start of my day. I just would be lazy or didn't know what to pray about. And oftentimes I still don't, but the more I do it and the more I build a habit of doing it, it gets easier. And because I would procrastinate, I just wouldn't get it done. So a big part of my day is to start off with prayer, gratitude, daily devotionals, and eventually, you know, get out of bed, do my other morning routine, brush my teeth, shower, freshen up, all that. Stretch, exercise. You know, you could flip-flop. I usually flip-flop, you know, exercise, shower, whatnot, but whatever the case may be, depending on the day, because sometimes I just don't feel like exercising. Having that start of my day was very important because it made me feel better. I felt lighter. So today's daily devotional, like I mentioned, was about procrastination. You know, so every day I'm looking, and I'm eager to accept signs and messages and answers from God, the universe. You know, life has an interesting way of working itself out. And today was no different. I was laying in bed. I got up really early, and I could have went back to sleep, but I didn't. Will this be a daily occurrence? I don't know. I feel fine. My energy feels fine. I say I'm not a morning person, I think mainly because it reminds me of when I was a little kid and I would have to wake up early for school or things I didn't like to do. School. A big part of my growth and my day is to just take action. I often get lazy or discouraged or overwhelmed, and a part of that is due to procrastination and putting things off, even the smallest tasks. Like right now, my folded clothes are sitting on my bed, and I have had them there. Well, they were on a chair, which, you know, and moving them to my bed, I was in hopes of them making it into the drawers yesterday, but they didn't. End up falling asleep next to them. So that's another thing, like looking at this pile of clothes is a little bit overwhelming. So if I can eliminate 5 things that are overwhelming me, small tasks that are overwhelming me, when it does come to something that's a bigger issue or a bigger problem throughout the day, I'll have less on my plate to think about because those tasks will have already been done. And I think that just makes for an easier day. I know not everyone is, has the time. And I think that's a big part of waking up a little earlier for me, is creating that time, finding that time, and making it work, because I tend to get distracted very easily, especially with social media. I deleted social media last week. No, I take that back. I deleted Instagram last week for a week and some change, and it was just supposed to be, a break for the day, a few hours here and there, which I've done, but I never really fully committed to more than a couple of days. And at the time I was covering for a colleague while she was on maternity leave, and that was a big help, because I have the tendency and the habit of doing a task and then going straight to my phone, getting on Instagram. And Instagram just opens the floodgates to so many different topics and feelings and foods and drinks and people and all of that. So I can be focused on one thing, and then as soon as I open my phone, I'm just off in another world. I'll be in Thailand thinking about the election, thinking about the latest song, oh, I like those shoes, so it's like so many, I get so distracted, and next thing I know, I've been on there for an entire hour just scrolling aimlessly, like not accomplishing anything. And it the benefits of Instagram is that I do have a platform there, I do have a voice, so I do take advantage of using social media for that aspect of like reaching people, and it's fun. It just became a time suck for me. So I was like, I have to get out of the hamster wheel, and I was thinking it was work, and it really wasn't work. It was, the hamster wheel was Instagram. So I looked at everything that was a distraction to me in my life and in that moment, because work was piling up, and I really needed to focus and to stay committed to my job and not mess it up. So I was like, what can I get rid of that will keep me on track and keep me motivated to work? And that was Instagram. So I deleted Instagram. And once I did, wow, it was such a relief. Like, I didn't realize how much time I spent on it. I came back this week, and I'm starting, like, today's Wednesday, and I think I'm going to delete it for the day again, because Monday and Tuesday being on there, a distraction. And I like the flow that I'm going through right now, and I don't need that many distractions getting in the way of that, especially, with wanting to film more, to be more productive with work. Like, Instagram is fun, but I think my vision just exceeds that app. But anyway, that all ties into procrastination. So once I changed my mindset, and I also realized that work is my business, and my business is what I need to focus on. Once that clicked, I realized what was important, and I realized the foundation I was standing on, and how it is stronger when I'm building on it versus just standing on it and doing nothing and just scrolling on Instagram. But anyway, I feel like I'm starting to ramble now, but what I'm getting at is that it's important to get things done in the time they need to get done. And oftentimes life gets in the way because we probably didn't do a task, didn't do something before, and it just kind of piles on and piles on and piles on. So if that means you have to wake up an hour earlier, or in my case 3 hours earlier, go to sleep later, use your lunch breaks, use your breaks to accomplish that goal, or if there's something bigger that you want to accomplish, like quitting your job or applying for a new job or moving, whatever the case may be, we have to make some sacrifices and really take action to get those things done. And in order to do that, there needs to be some sort of discipline. And if you allow procrastination to take over, a lot of those things won't ever happen. And I'm speaking from experience. This isn't me just preaching like, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, it's more of, I know when I procrastinate, not only do I feel like crap, but nothing gets done. Life is just piling on top of, one thing over another. But when I get things done, I feel so much better. I have more confidence. I have more desire to go through with my day. And I think that's so important because mental health is a big deal. So I was not expecting to talk about this at 6 o'clock in the morning, but it was on my spirit. It was literally in front of me as my daily devotional, and I didn't want to procrastinate and hold off and say, oh, let me check my emails first, let me do this, let me do that, because I probably wouldn't have done it, to be honest. I wouldn't have recorded this video. I wouldn't have sat here and talked to a camera at 6 o'clock in the morning. But it's all about taking action. And what are some things that you're procrastinating on, whether it's talking to someone, or rearranging your room, ordering new contacts, learning how to cook, I don't know, just whatever it is. Like, it could be something serious, it could be something not so serious. But if it's something you want to do, but you've been pushing off to the side, or you just haven't made time, I challenge you to get it done. You know what I mean? Like, one of my biggest goals right now is to buy a house. And I'm going to keep talking about that until I actually manifest that. But in order for me to do so, I need to do things like research homes. Well, okay, first, make sure my finances are good. Research homes, make sure my realtor and I are on the same page. Look at homes. I know we're in a global pandemic, so looking at homes and going to open houses isn't really a thing right now. But just doing as much research as I can and not procrastinating. It's not just gonna fall in my lap overnight. I have to do the research and and understand what I'm doing and not put that off. Otherwise, that goal is just going to happen later and later in life. So I just got to get the ball rolling. And also with YouTube, I'm very pumped about creating this channel and growing it and seeing where it can take me. And that's something I've been procrastinating on for years. I've had YouTube since, I think, 2006. It's 2020 now. Come on now. But, and I've been posting sporadically here and there, but this, I made a choice. Like, if I want to commit to it, I have to do it, and I'm going to do it. So I challenge you, whatever it is that you may be procrastinating on, to get it done. What's one small task you can accomplish today that you didn't, or you were not able to accomplish yesterday? I say do it. Get her done. Get her going, man.